Hello, and welcome to the United Weekly Podcast, a podcast brought to you by DC United Latest. I'm your host, Santiago, with the other host, Olsen, back again with episode 3. Olsen, can you believe it? Episode 3 already, 3 weeks of the United Weekly. How are you feeling?
Feeling great. Time's gone by pretty fast. I think we did a lot better in the last episode. Ready to do even better on this one.
Definitely want to improve each episode, and that's the goal. And something that we've been saying at the end of each episode is that we're still learning and growing as we go. So bear with us. We're trying to make this as a podcast as great for everybody. So yeah, give us a little bit of patience on how we do it. But definitely, also before we get into the I don't even know what I want to call it. The game against Austin and what we're going to be talking about today in this episode. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing today? You doing good?
Yes, I'm doing pretty well. Try not to think about that loss. That was a bad one.
Yeah, I can no longer. I used to tell Olsen and joke around that my mental health all depended on how DC United was doing. But
plays, yeah.
Right now, I don't think I'd be depressed, so I can't do that anymore.
It's been like so much to the point where like I just don't care.
That's sad. That's a sad thing that we just don't care. And I think I've gone to that point too. Like I still obviously I think I can speak for both of us that we still care about the team and still like if we didn't care we wouldn't be doing this. Right?
Obviously, yeah.
But like the results just like us losing is just it doesn't hurt me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like used to it, which is sad, really sad.
It's like after a loss.
Gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm. It's like after a loss before I'll be like, God damn it, and then now I'm like, okay, whatever.
Move on with our day.
It's no surprise,
Exactly. Yeah, we just move on with our day.
Take 2 hours to watch and then move on with tonight.
Yeah, like it's just bad, man. It's this team. Something obviously needs to change, and we'll definitely get into that later in the episode where we go in with United Chat. I know we had a good amount of questions sent to us, so again, thank you to everybody who sends us questions. But let's get started with match breakdown. DC United lose to Austin FC 4-2 at Audi Field for Legacy Night, Archive Night, Legacy Night, where DC United has a whiteout at Audi Field, showcasing the third kits that we've worn previously against Charlotte. The one positive I can say about this game is, man, that kit looks nice. That's all I can really say about that game.
That's all you can say, yeah.
No, definitely have some positives to look at. Yeah, definitely have some positives to look at. I want to talk about, again, one of the only bright lights we've had as of recent, not the entire season, but as of recent, the 2 Brazilians that we have. Peglow finally, when's the last time he scored? But he finally gets on the score sheet, a deserved goal. He's deserved to score multiple times with the effort and the work that he's put into these games. Finally gets on the score sheet from an assist from the other Brazilian. So, what? Are these 2 just playing alone? Like, what is the rest of the team doing?
Two Brazilians linked up. That's what I noticed immediately.
Man,
I saw that goal.
Troy definitely had the right idea in bringing the 2 Brazilians in. And luckily, it worked out with that chemistry that they have, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Peglow, great goal, beautiful goal. Pirani didn't get a... Go ahead, also. Go ahead. What are your thoughts on Pirani?
He got the assist. He did not get a goal, but he did get an offside goal, I guess. They originally counted, but Benteke was offside. So that's still a positive. I guess I would say that he's still showing that he can do it. He didn't show very well against Columbus, and you're not going to get him every time. So definitely glad to see both of them performing, especially Peglow. He's worked hard, but he struggled still recently. He's a player I rate highly, and I'm glad to see him get back on the score sheet finally. I think it's something he needed. Maybe we could bring back sort of a spark of consistency with him.
Definitely, I think that's a really good point to add. that this could be the start of the start of something for him. And I feel like we've been saying that a lot throughout
Yeah, we
these
say that.
last 3 episodes, the start of something. It's because
Mhm.
we're so hopeful. We're hopeful. We're looking at the bright side of everything. We're being optimistic, if you will. Pirani, a bright side. Like we talked about first episode, could it be a spark? Look at him now. He scored a couple goals after that, and he's doing good. Benteke gets on the score sheet now. It was a penalty, but a goal is a goal, right?
Yes.
So that's all. I mean, I can't really add much about the Benteke because we talked about him last week. Is the Benteke coming? Is the Golden Boot Benteke coming back,
Yeah.
or is this just like a one goal that he got?
Yeah.
For me, I think what was a question from United Chat last time, right? Or I don't know, but um, I don't think I can still determine if this is the Golden Boot Benteke because it's a penalty.
Definitely not. And I did not see, especially in the first half. I don't think we saw anything out of him in the first half.
He was a
I believe
ghost.
the broadcast showed a stat. I think it was after like 40 minutes or something like that he had 0.00 expected goals
Oh
all
wow!
game long.
And
That
you never,
obviously that got better as the second half went on. But through the first half, I didn't see that sort of eagerness. I guess we've talked about in previous episodes.
Yeah, there's coming back to what was that game that we saw? The Charlotte game, was it the one that he started was going at it really hard and
Yeah.
showing that effort? I didn't see that. He was gone. Like, I don't know. He was legit just a ghost that first half, and then obviously the second, he scored. Um, but yeah, other than that, the Peglow, it's the Pirani and Peglow show. It's them two. It's the Brazilian magicians, and I like to say magicians now. I used to just call Pirani the Brazilian magician, but I want to include both of them. They're the Brazilian magicians because what they're able to score, they're able to create in with a team basically on their own, right? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Definitely, I think they've definitely been carrying, I guess, or you could say carrying, but they've definitely been leaders in this side and
Leaders. That's a
how
good
we,
word.
I guess, sort of bring that fight. Like when we're down, it's never enough, but they still bring that fight towards the end. I think they've been the two contributing factors to, I guess, not losing as badly almost.
Yeah. Now I do have a question for you, Olsen. What are your thoughts on the substitutions that our interim head coach has been making? Are you think he's subbing them in too late, too early? He's making too many subs, or what are your thoughts?
I definitely didn't mind the ones he made on this past match. Definitely, I did like the starting 11. The only thing I would change about the starting 11 was Cervania being in the middle. I believe he was replaced by Boris and now after
Yeah, he
the
was replaced by Borson in the
first half.
46th
Yes.
minute.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then he brought out Jackson Hopkins and Jared Stroud, and they came on for Leal and Otola. But I don't mind the substitutions. I think that again they can bring something. They didn't do anything, but it's all you can hope for substitutions. I would have liked to see Jose Kojima. I would have liked to see him play. I believe he did play, but I would have liked to see him play longer.
Yeah,
He
I
only
think he
came on in
came
the
on in
87th
the
minute.
yeah.
87th minute, he came on for Peglow. I would have liked to see him play longer. I think if
I
he
would have
got
definitely.
substituted, I think if he got brought on towards the 60th minute mark, he would have probably made. Maybe you can't say this for sure, but I think he could have made an impact because he's got that fight. He's got that threat up top. I definitely think.
I think definitely Jose Kojima has the potential to be a threat and to be dangerous in this league. He just needs that. He needs the time. He needs the play time, obviously, but he also needs that. He needs to get. He needs to be able to be motivated. You know what I mean? Like if you're on a team that's just losing, 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 hasn't won a game since Cincinnati when we played
Yeah,
Cincinnati, like
that's 2 months ago now.
these players don't. There's no motivation.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with you. I would have put Kojima on earlier, because I like Kojima as a player. He's a great player. He can be even better than how he performs now. So yeah, I would definitely like to see him earlier. I wouldn't. I don't know. Peglow. If I'm gonna sub him on earlier, maybe sub him on for someone different. I don't know about Peglow because Peglow did have that goal and was creating chances, right?
Definitely.
So maybe I don't know. But Benteke stayed on the entire game.
Yeah, I did notice that.
He played the full game. He hasn't
he
played a
did he
full
did
game.
yeah. He didn't really do a lot, but he did stay on the whole game. I think that could be a positive. We haven't seen him play 90 minutes at all recently, just since coming back from his injury. So I guess despite him not being at his best, it's good to see that he's match fit to play
Yeah,
a
he's
full
match
match.
fit. Yeah.
Yeah, fully back to form. Or not back to form, but back to shape.
Yeah, and that's definitely a positive because we want Benteke to get back to being healthy, right? Like we want him to go back to that to the old Benteke, the old,
Yes.
So little step by step, Yeah, 4-2, 2 goals by Benteke, 1 goal by Benteke in the 97th minute, and Peglow in the 48th, and then Austin FC scored on us 4 times in the 22nd minute, 45th minute, 60th minute, and the 92nd minute, just to rub it in.
I did notice one thing. I did notice is that the back line, really the whole team, was sitting way too deep in our own half.
Yeah,
that's one thing I noticed. It's almost as if we were winning and trying to defend the lead, but we were down 2-0. I think that's when I really noticed it. I think the commentators also pointed it out on the Apple TV broadcast. That they're just sitting way too deep in their own half. I mean, Austin just completely tore the back line apart, and we allowed that to happen because we were just sitting way too deep. We're giving them the chance. We're giving them that opportunity, just handing it to them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
we're
that's
not trying to go forward and run that high line.
Exactly. That's just been the case with DC United. I feel like we've talked about this too. And I'm glad you brought that up because you reminded me that we've talked about this. DC acts like we're winning. We're playing a game like we're winning the game 3-0. Like, what is this? That's not how we're supposed to play. If you're down, if you're losing in the game, you need to attack to get a goal back. Because at that point, you're already losing. What are you going to lose by worse? We're 15th, 14th. We're 14th in the league right now.
14th in the Eastern Conference. Yes.
Yeah, we're 14th in the Eastern Conference. What else is there to lose other than the wooden spoon, which we're probably going to get?
Yeah.
Like, go full out attack. Let's see what our players can do it in an attacking mindset.
Yeah. At this point, the playoffs are gone, so I just say try everything you can.
Try anything that you can to find what works.
Yeah,
and then you implement that in the off season and next season.
We've talked about it in previous episodes. With this roster, it might not be the best quality roster of all time, but they still got talent and a lot of young players.
Yeah,
and finding what works for them is crucial at this time. I think to build around it.
Exactly. Like you look at this roster, you look at DC United's roster, and we're not a bad team.
No.
We have players with a lot of potential. We have, for example, we have Matti Peltola, we have Jose Kojima, we have Gabriel Pirani, we have Peglow, we have Jacob Murrow, we have Christian Fletcher, and we also someone we haven't really talked about who's actually on loan with Chattanooga FC, Gavin Turner. Gavin Turner, who also we haven't seen much from him from DC United, but he has that potential. The little bit that he's played for DC United, he has shown promise. So definitely something to look forward to next season. I hope DC United just doesn't sell him for money like we always end up doing.
That's a typical DC United kind of go.
And that's what I'm afraid of with Pirani and Peglow. With the way they're performing, more teams are going to want them.
Yeah, so if they keep performing well, their price is going to go up and up and up. And somebody's going to come with a big cash offer. And with these owners, they'll take it in a heartbeat.
Exactly. when Gabriel Perani is only 23 years old. He's got 4 goals, 4 assists in 19 matches. Not okay.
So,
Like looking at the stats, it doesn't sound
yeah.
great, but
Mm-hmm.
this is recent. Like this hasn't been like
Yeah.
he's started this recently,
Yeah.
and yeah, so this is good.
It's been on fire.
Like with Joao Peglow, he's 23 years old. He's young. He has 17 matches played, 3 goals, 3 assists. Most of these goals and assists have from both Pirani are kind of recent. I know Peglow scored and has had assists earlier throughout the season, but this form that they're creating is as of recent, and this chemistry is actually starting to work really well.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it doesn't show in the match like results, but something to look forward to
Yeah.
in the
If we can,
future, right?
if we can build more around them, I guess sort of we can definitely start seeing those results.
Yeah.
But for just them alone carrying the team on the back isn't going to be enough. And we've got Benteke, but he hasn't been on his normal self. So that's, I think, the highlight right now is the Brazilians, and they're the leaders right now. They're the young guns. They've got potential. They've got that flair.
Yeah.
And so I would, a team built around them could be much better. I guess we get
Exactly.
those results finally. It's like they haven't gotten us the results yet, I think, but I think they've helped it not be as bad. I guess, like,
Yeah.
in previous games, we show that we still can do it, even though we didn't.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. Build the team around the 2 Brazilians.
Mm-hmm.
And don't just sell them.
Yeah.
I mean, most likely the owners are going to end up just selling these 2 players because
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be worth something. Pirani is going to be worth a good amount of money. Peglau is going to be worth a good amount of money too.
That's give me flashbacks to Tekuri Pietro.
Exactly.
When they just had 2 big development years and they just shipped them off for a couple million.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's just how they do it, and it pisses me off because we could have used Kuda Petro as of right now.
Kudi Pietro in this season's team, I think he could do wonders to this team right now.
He could. I think he definitely would link up really well with the 2 Brazilians too.
Absolutely, yeah. Just again, it's that young talent, So it's like you see Pirani and Peglow, that young talent sort of combining, and I think Kudi Pietro could have easily been in addition to that. But you see how they'll ship off anybody once they start getting good,
Yeah. So I'm trying to look. I want to look at. I was trying to see the value. So Pirani's actually valued at 2 million euros right now. I think 2 million euros. That's what I'm looking at. Transfer market. At transfer market. What's it called? Here we have Joao Peglow. Joao Peglow, he's right now worth 800,000 euros, but he's actually on the come up since joining DC. So since joining DC, his value has gone up, which is that's a good thing because it shows that his style of play, he's playing really well. But DC United, as soon as they get that offer, like you said,
I mean,
cash.
somebody, swoop in, I'll give you 2.2 million for Pirani. They'll probably take it instantly,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's disappointing how we can let go of young players just so easily, just like that. Somebody that was so special to the team's gone like that. That's how it was with Kudi Pietro. Just like he was our young player, everybody adored him. Out of the blue, he was gone, just like that.
Exactly. Everyone loved them, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just sad. It's sad.
I won't get over Kudi Pietro ever.
Well, yeah. Let's just, I think with this match recap, it's just the 2 bright points that, like in summary of this match recap, the 2 bright points were the Brazilians.
Yes.
The assists from Pirani, the goal from Pirani that was later taken away, and the goal from Peglow, and then obviously we had the goal from Benteke. That's a goal is a goal.
Yep.
Let's do our match ratings and then our player of the match. So Olsen, what is your match rating for this game?
I'll have to give it a 3.5.
3.5.
And I would probably give it like a 1 if it wasn't for the Brazilians. I just think it's the same thing as every single time. Poor defensive communication, sitting too deep in our own half. Almost as if we were winning. If you looked at some moments, like in terms of how both teams were shaped.
Yeah.
If you saw no context, like no score line, no time, no nothing, knew nothing that happened before, you would think that DC would be the winning team right now, with how deep they're sitting back and how much they're just letting Austin push up against them, and they don't make any efforts to go forward themselves.
Yeah, exactly. We're just sitting too deep. Our defense was very exposed. Our defense was exposed for how our defense was very exposed even for sitting that deep.
If you saw, I think it was the first goal. It was just, I forget who assisted. I think it might have been Brendan Heinzike, but it was just a through ball straight in behind. There's nobody marking him.
Yeah. And then
if
it was Brendan Heinzike, ex-DC United player.
Yeah, ex-DC United. That's right.
Sold. And as average, normal, when DC United sells a player, they actually do pretty good on the other team that they leave. So,
yeah.
Actually, my match rating is going to be a 2. I'm done.
That's
it's
fair.
A 2. Yeah. 2 for the assists.
I'll drop mine down to 3. I'll drop mine down to 3.
2. I can't. This is just sad, and it's only a 2 because of the Brazilians.
Yes.
Only a 2 from them. So, if you guys are watching this, Pirani and Peglow, you're definitely not. That's why you're the only reason why this wasn't a terrible match. Yeah.
Ooh, player of the match. We almost forgot to cover that. Who is?
Oh, right, player of the match.
Your player of the match, DC United player of the match. If there are any, I think we both know there's only really two real.
There's only really 2. I'm sure. I'll give it to Peglow.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to go with first of all, just because of the goal.
I'm going to give it. I'm going to change one. You can give it to Peglow. I'll give mine to Pirani.
Okay.
Because of the assist, and because he did score.
He did score, but it was kind of lost my head. That's why I was going to count him, actually, I think.
So I'm going to give mine to Pirani. If you want to give yours to Peglow, that's also. I mean, it's.
There's only a few. There's only a couple you can pick from, but I'll go with Joao Peglow just because he got that goal.
Yeah.
Unless there's only one standout player, you can't really do the same. Have the same man of the match.
Exactly.
So I'll give mine to Peglow. Got that goal. It's a good finish right into the bottom corner.
Great goal.
That's all I can say about it.
Definitely want to see more of that from him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, now throughout the game, we're still talking about the Austin FC match, but it was reported. It even was reported on different what's it called? Different news websites. Sell the team chants. The sell the team chants. They've been here the entire season. They're back. The Barra and the supporters group came back for this game, but then a lot of the Barra, correct me if I'm wrong, Olsen, the Barra started leaving before halftime.
After the second goal, I believe that's when they headed out. I did notice. I saw videos from a lot of people that they were heading out and that they were chanting to the team. And by the time it was halftime, I saw they took down everything, all the banners and whatnot. So yeah, they did leave after the second goal, and I guess rightfully so. I think getting sick of it. They didn't show up to the Atlanta game, which I believe was the last home match before this one. It was back all the way earlier this month. But yeah, they did leave after the second goal from Austin FC. And they didn't really miss much. But
they didn't miss much. So, yeah. It's sad, because the supporter section of Barra Brava, the Van del Distrito, the District Ultras, the Screaming Eagles, all the supporter sections, they're here because they love DC United. They support their team. DC United is their team. And it's sad to hear when if I was an owner of DC United and my fans, my diehard fans, I'm talking about my supporters section, where it is the best of the best fans of the team, that's where they are. They leave at halftime. Don't you got to think that something's wrong? So
you got to know.
what is?
I mean, they should know something's wrong. You know,
they should know something's up. I'm sure they do, but I'm sure Levine doesn't care. He doesn't. As long as he's making money, right?
Yeah. Supporter groups have been very divided this year, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's just sad to see the supporters group, and I don't blame them. I'm not hating on the supporters group because I too probably would have walked out because this team isn't. This team is just, after so many years of disappointment that we've had, we've always said that this is the worst one. Mm-hmm. We're back here, this season, and it's again, this is the worst one.
Yeah, this
so is next season going to be worse? Can it get worse?
I don't even know. I can't even imagine worse.
I don't even want to imagine.
Worse.
I'm sure
any worse than this would have to be like 2013 level. Jeez. Like bad.
Yeah, and this, I mean, I can tell you how it can get worse. Benteke gets sold or he retires. Yeah. Hirani Peglow gets sold. Jose Kojima gets sold. Our entire team, basically, Matthew Peltola leaves. All of the youngsters that we have leave.
It's almost like last season. We let go a lot of good players and we had to bring in more. It's
exactly.
It's never going to work if you can't hold on to the players that you already have.
We can't keep rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about that last episode. We can't keep rebuilding. The rebuild needs. We need to continue with this rebuild that we have and
we
work on it.
We need to stick to a plan and just work on it. Yeah.
Exactly. We just need to stick to it. Is it finally time for Levine to step down? Yes, it is absolutely. Time for him to step down. I'm sure you 100% agree with me. I'm sure everybody watching this podcast agrees with me. Levine, unless you're Levine yourself, step down. It's gotten to the point where this is just not good enough. How can you be okay with your team if you're the owner of a team with this performance? You can't be okay with this. The team is losing left and right. We haven't won a game since FC Cincinnati, which was what, a month, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
This is just not acceptable. That's all I can really say about this. It's just not acceptable. We can't. This can't keep going on. Let it happen for the rest of this season. Next season, change something.
Yes.
Owner step down.
We need to get into a fresh start for next season.
Look at the Commanders.
Restart everything. Yeah, we talked about this last time, I believe.
We talked about that last season. Last episode. The Commanders were kind of in the same boat as we are, not winning anything, not even near the playoffs. And they switched owners, got new coach, got new players. They actually started, getting good players. And they found the star in Jaden Daniels that brought them to the playoffs. And look at how they had. They didn't win. I'm not asking us to win the MLS Cup. I don't expect us to win the MLS Cup next season.
Of course not.
I want us to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, of course. And it's not always about the performance; it's about the spirit. The team spirit. It's like passion. The first year that the Commanders had new ownership. I believe the first year they still went 4-13, but there was still some sort of excitement and spirit around the team that there wasn't before.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just a fresh perspective always brings new life, and I think that's what DC United really needs.
Definitely, I definitely agree.
We tried new rebuilds, new players, new coaches. It never works. New owners is the next thing we need to get a fresh perspective on. I think that will be, I guess, the turning point. Like that could be the turning point. Because owners, they completely, they have a part to do with everything. The coaching, the players, the marketing, everything. I think that's just what we need. I mean, we talked about it before. This is what we need. New perspective.
Exactly, new perspective. And nothing's going to happen overnight, but something needs to change.
Of course not. And that's another thing with DC United. We expect things to change overnight. And it goes back to the part where we talk about rebuilds.
Yeah.
They expect it to happen overnight, and every year it's a different, thing, or like a different coach. Like we had, now we have, René Weiler whenever he ends up stepping up. But before we had Troy, and then Rooney. We can never stick to a coach for more than not even 2 years.
Yeah, I say we've hired René Weiler. Keep him.
Yes.
Keep him for now. rebuild, do what he needs to get this team to the top, change the owners, give René the checkbook. Open your goddamn checkbooks, owners. That's all I can say. Open them. We need money to be able to buy players that can help us succeed.
Yes.
And stop selling players
that are already helping us succeed.
They're already helping us.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how you're going to win. You take away our good players and plop in some more, let them grow into good players. Then we have some bright spots, and then you sell them again, and you keep doing it all over and over again.
Yep. It's the same thing every year.
And then I'm glad you spoke about René Weiler. You don't know when he's coming back. There's no update on when he's taking over as coach. Still waiting on. No record has shown anything about his visas or anything yet. As soon as that is, as soon as we find out about that, it will be on the DC United Latest Instagram at DC United Latest. And then we'll talk about that on the next episode that it's posted on, But, yeah, I don't think the fans can take it anymore. Clearly, they're leaving.
Yeah. I think that's one thing. It's like, we've been terrible in previous years, but you would never see the supporters leaving, how they've been doing this year. I think it's just, I think all of us really have had enough,
Exactly.
It's gotten to the point where it's unbearable. It hurts to watch.
It does. It does hurt.
What was once, such a successful franchise in MLS. We're the second. I guess technically considered the second biggest franchise in Major League Soccer, right behind the LA Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And for that to watch that crumble so slowly and just worse and worse every single year, it hurts. It hurts to see. It really does.
It hurts to see. Well, do you have anything? I think that's everything I have that I want to talk about in terms of the owners and selling the team and all the chants and the stuff like that. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I would not say so, but again, I think it's time for Levine to step down.
Yeah, definitely time for him to step down. Well, we will come back in a bit after these sponsored messages. Do you want to know the latest news on anything DC United? Go ahead and check our Instagram out at DC United Latest, where you can find the latest news on anything having to do with the black and red on Instagram. And then whatever we post on there, we'll talk about it later in the episodes, but anything that is breaking news will be posted there first. So go ahead and check out our Instagram at DC United Latest.
Like the designs that are currently next to me, go and check out the DC United Latest merch store. We got shirts, flags, hats, and many more. All orders will help support and fund the podcast. Find it in the Instagram bio at DC United Latest.
Are you a fan of the podcast?
If so, then go check out our new Instagram page at UnitedWeekly_podcast.
That's where you can find clips of every podcast episode that is posted and future clips of future episodes that will be posted. That's also your source where you can send us your questions for United Chat so you guys can be featured on the episodes. So go ahead and check out our Instagram. And we're back after those sponsored messages. We're back with my favorite segment. I think this might be Olsen's favorite segment too, but the United Chat. United Chat is a segment that we created so we could connect with you guys, the followers, the fans of our Instagram, the podcast, wherever you guys are. Any comments that you guys post with questions, please. Any questions that you guys have, please send it to us through DMs to either the DC United Latest Instagram or the United Weekly Instagram, which is DC United Latest on Instagram, or DC United or United Weekly _podcast. You can also check out either story of either Instagram a couple days before Wednesday, where we post a story asking for you guys to send us questions. You can also send us questions through there. We greatly appreciate everybody who sends us questions to the podcast, and honestly, you can send more than one question, as many questions as you want to send. Send it our way, and we will answer it on the podcast. Let's get started. Olsen, why don't you start us off with the first question?
All right, let's get this started. First question is from Daniel Ramos. He said,
"Okay,
who is an underrated player and an overrated player for DC United this season?"
Underrated and overrated player. That's a good question. Who's an underrated player for DC United? I can't Pirani. I can't say he's underrated because he's
been getting all the credit he deserves recently.
Yeah, I feel like Peglow could be a good answer.
Yeah, I guess you could say him. Yeah. I think he still does get most of the credit he deserves.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else.
Not a lot of other people you can say that are underrated just because
they all suck. Yeah. Man, he stumped me on this one because I'm trying to think of what's a good underrated player.
Yeah.
Jordan Farr.
No.
We
love Jordan Farr. We gotta get him one of these episodes.
We gotta get him on this episode, on one of the episodes. Jordan Farr, please follow us. Everyone, please tag Jordan Farr.
Yes.
Please send him DMs. Tell him to come follow DC United Latest or United Weekly, whichever one. Love to get him on the show. Okay, back to the question. Who is underrated player on DC United? Oh my God, that's a good.
Yeah, it's on both of us, huh?
I could say Kojima.
Yeah, that was a thought I had in mind too.
Kojima could be one, but he's been decent. He hasn't been great.
Yeah,
and that's not
there's not a lot of players you can really call underrated just because all of them suck.
I'm trying to think. Who?
I don't know. Let's see. Well, I will give mine. I've got a thought in mind. I don't think we've talked about him on the podcast before. And honestly, I don't think he get the credit he deserves. I'm going to have to say David Schnegg down that left side.
David Schnegg. You're right. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yes. I'll give that as my underrated player. Because you could say that Peglow, Pirani, Kojima are underrated, I guess, to an extent, but I still think they get the credit they deserve. I've seen a lot of David Schnegg hate, and I don't like it. I value him as a player. Yeah. I think we've talked about it in previous episodes, but he fights. He runs till he's out of breath.
Yeah,
he might not always make an impact. He might not always make an impact, but he's a very hard worker.
Exactly. He's every single. That's a really good one, and that just shows how underrated he is because I didn't even think of him, and the hate on him, I don't agree with it as well because I think this guy he shows us what every player should be doing is going on that pitch and giving your all. This guy gets off the field drenched in sweat and he is dead tired after every game. But I do have mine, and I'm going to do someone different than David Schnegg because I'm not going to copy you, but I don't. Okay, so I don't think I'd say he's underrated. I say he's more. He could be more. He has the potential to be very good, and I've seen little glimpses of that. I know we like that word "glimpse" in the first episode. Go check out the first episode on YouTube, Spotify, any of that. Randall Lau.
Okay, he's also. Yeah, I also did have him in mind. Yeah,
I'm gonna say Randall Lau because I think Randall Lau has recently been pretty decent, especially in that game with Charlotte, where he had some good connection with Kojima, Pirani.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I said, it's like he doesn't always make an impact, I guess, sort of, but you can see I guess the difference he makes. It's also I believe it was against the LA Galaxy when he got subbed on. I believe he was a sub. As soon as he came on, you could see instant change in tempo. Yeah, and I think Benteke did have something to do with that, but you did see he did make a difference as well, Randall Lau.
Definitely. So that's who I'm going to give my underrated player to. There's not much we could choose from because, but, and then I believe whoever sent that question in is part of the DC United Latest club, right?
Yes. Daniel Ramos, he's a part of
Daniel Ramos. So thank you for being a part of the DC United Latest club. The DCUL club is it's completely free to join. Just send the two just send these emojis on DM to the DC United latest Instagram. It's the red circle emoji, the black circle emoji, and the eagle emoji to DC United latest, and also tell me that you just send us that you want to join the DC United latest club. Go ahead and you will be automatically put into the DC United latest club chat. The DC United latest club is kind of just a chat where you get to talk to fellow DC United supporters, and kind of you get to talk to me or Olsen personally in that chat, and you can get our thoughts of the games. You also will be notified of all the breaking news before everyone else is.
Yes,
so
get that early access.
Get early access to the news before anyone else, so you can figure that out. So you can get that out before anyone else can. You're also entered into a lot of giveaways. We have done a giveaway with the DC United latest club member. I think one of our members, E-Man, I think is his name. He won the first giveaway where he got some DC United latest merch out of that. But yeah, so you get early access to all the news. You get giveaways. You get extra entries with giveaways if we do giveaways with other ones. I know we're going to be doing a DC United jersey giveaway soon in the future when we do the jersey. What is it called? The jersey breakdown, where we go through all the jerseys and see which one the fans is the favorite. So go ahead, send us a DM to the United Weekly _podcast or the DC United latest Instagram if you want to join the DC United latest club, and we'll put you in there. Anyways, sorry, just had to make that spiel. So underrated. You said David Schneck. I said Randall Lau. Overrated. Who would you give your overrated to?
It's a hard question. Honestly, I don't know. I think I wouldn't call him, I guess, overrated because he still performed okay. Mm-hmm. But I think a little bit more highly rated than I think most people. I guess I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but it was one of our standout performers last season, and it hurts me to say this because I absolutely adore the player, but he hasn't been the same. Mm-hmm. And he completely outperformed for his country. It's gonna be Aaron Herrera. It's unfortunate. I believe he has technically the third best performance rate this season on FotMob, but he's only got he's played like 19 games, he's only got 2 assists. And I still absolutely adore him as a player. I saw him and he absolutely balled out for Guatemala. I'm not discrediting any of that, but this is solely DC United performance. And I just haven't seen the same performance out of him from last season. I guess, and I guess it's not exactly as fair. This team is much worse than it was last year, but I still will give that to him. I obviously still admire him as a player, still one of my favorite DC United players, but I'd say that's my overrated player of the season. I can't really give it to anybody else because all the rest of the bad players, I think everybody just hates on them as much as they should,
Yeah. The overrated is tough, right? Mm-hmm. Definitely, I see your point with the Aaron Herrera, and I agree with you. Aaron Herrera is a great player, and I definitely expected more from him this season. But you can't perform. He can't perform at his best if the team isn't there, right?
I know it's what I mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe not the most fair one to give.
Yeah. No, but it's okay. That's I say that's a solid answer. Mm-hmm. My overrated player, I'm going to talk about from the beginning of the season how we're expecting him to be great. And he's expected to do amazing things like he did last season, and I'm going to give it to Christian Benteke. I think Benteke is definitely overrated for us this season. Yeah. And that's sad to hear because I love Christian Benteke. Benteke was our star last year, and I would love him to be our star now, right? But he just has been dealing with injuries over injuries, and it's tough. So it's not his fault. I mean, he got injured. He's been injured. He's older now, so you're more prone to more injuries.
Yeah.
But that's just simply my answer for overrated player because he won the Golden Boot last season, and he's expected to do almost the same, or we're expecting him to do a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I didn't expect another Golden Boot, but I expected him to be close to it, and he just hasn't been able to match that this year. Obviously, dealt with injury and stuff, but still hasn't been able to.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be my overrated.
Yeah,
But yeah,
totally agree with
that's
you on that.
so. Thank
I
you.
honestly can't believe. Honestly, I think we've all glorified Benteke so much in our heads that I didn't even think of that when I was thinking of my overrated player this
Yeah.
season.
Well, yeah. So that's
Still been great, but not. He's been good, but not great.
Not great.
I think
Yeah.
is how to put it.
And there's no hate to these players,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, because
Yeah, absolutely
these at
not.
the end of the day, these are players on our favorite team that we
Yes.
support. So we want to see better from them. But
Yeah.
that's what we think right now. If you think otherwise, or you have your answers to that question, send it down in the comments. We will be reading any comment that you guys post. So
Mm-hmm.
please, we want to hear what you guys think. Thank you, Daniel Ramos, DC United latest club member. Thank you for sending that question in. I have my question. I have one question also that is pretty good actually. What's your favorite DC United moment of all time?
All time. That's a big one. I think one that comes to mind instantly is back in August of 2018, DC United versus Orlando
I
City
already
at
know where you're
Audi
going with this.
Field is the first thing that popped in my head. But I think, I mean, you could definitely say there definitely were, crazier moments in DC United history, but me and Santi were both there for that moment, and
We're in the
we were
Barra
in the
Brava in the
supporter
support section.
section, yeah, and that was definitely surreal. I think that would be my favorite. It's everything that went into it. The corner, you saw the hype from the corner. You saw that it got cleared away, and everybody
You just
completely
see
lost hope.
Wayne.
Yeah, you see the open goal, and you see just Wayne Rooney,
The
like
last person I
30
expected.
something year old Wayne Rooney just sprinting back.
Yeah.
And makes a challenge, and then just floats the ball all the way to the other end of the field to the
To the shortest player.
shortest man on the pitch, Luciano Acosta, and he just puts it right. And then after the VAR,
Oh my gosh.
everybody like going crazy.
Yeah.
And
That I have to
the
agree with you.
VAR,
That's my favorite moment.
and then finally the referee pointed to the goal, and everybody was going insane, like all the anticipation.
Insane.
It is a roller coaster of emotion because it went from hopeful on the corner to you're like, oh no, they're gonna score and win the game, open net, and then it goes from Rooney won it back, we got a chance, and then oh my god, we scored, and then oh
Yeah.
wait, this could be taken away, and then okay, it counts, we can finally celebrate.
Yeah. It was like you said, roller
It was
coaster of emotion,
crazy.
and
Yeah.
I definitely
I'll never forget that moment. Me and Santi
uh,
again, both in the bar. It was
yeah,
surreal just being there for it.
never gonna forget that moment ever, and that's honestly my favorite moment, my DCM moment of all time. So yeah, that's just a surreal moment. I'm never gonna forget that. It was
Mm-hmm.
crazy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, I feel like I could answer this question in different ways in terms of like, oh, when we won the MLS Cup, but I'm talking about moments that we witnessed. That I think Olsen also went with that question that we witnessed, that we were there for, that we were. So that's definitely my answer as well. So
Yes, absolutely.
I'm glad you brought that up because I knew where this was
Yeah.
going. I'm glad.
Mm-hmm. The second you said it, I knew. I knew
I'm
that's
playing
what
it
I
in
was
my head right now,
supporting.
man. I just remembered.
Mm-hmm.
Olsen and I were
Mm-hmm.
just in the support section. We went crazy. Beer,
Mm-hmm.
the beer shower
Yeah.
flying all over
I was
us.
like, I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, we were too young to drink.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great. It was great. Yeah, thank you for sending that question in.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Really, actually,
Brings back
thank
good
you.
memories. Yeah.
Brings back good memories. So thank you for sending that question in. Olsen, do you have another question?
Yep. I will say the next one. This is from another DC United news page, Black and Red District, on Instagram. He asks, what is more likely to happen? Us actually buying new DPs or the club being sold? Which one are we more likely to do here? Because we don't like to do either of them.
We don't like to do either. Don't we have DP spots open right now?
I mean, I don't
I think
100% know that,
so.
but I can probably already say absolutely we do.
I think we have a
Does
couple. I think we have one or two.
Pirani doesn't take a DP slot,
No,
does he?
no,
Okay,
he
I
doesn't.
didn't think so. I think it's
And
Benteke, no?
I think we
Benteke,
just
maybe
opened
Herrera?
up. I think we just opened up a DC another DP spot from who is it?
Was somebody who left?
Oh yeah, so not DP, but they are no longer count as international players. David Schnegg and Lucas McNaughton have their green cards now, so they don't take away an international spot.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like stuck. I'm like, man, you guys have been stumping us with these questions.
Yeah, same thing last time. We got completely stumped on all of them. It's just, wow, we got caught by surprise, you know?
Yeah. I think we're probably gonna end up signing DPs instead of selling the club.
We'll sign DPs and sell them a year or two later.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll sign some old guy from Europe who performs well for us and then falls off, and then we sell him.
Yeah,
that's probably that's more likely to happen than anything. That's how it goes with DC United. We kind of talked about it earlier.
Yeah, so that's my answer. We're gonna end up signing DPs. Probably more likely to sign DPs than selling the club. Levine isn't gonna sell this club, and it pisses me off because we're still making money. So, something needs to be done. I don't know. I know that there was a petition. I don't know if the petition ended up actually doing anything, or we didn't get as much signatures as we needed. So maybe DC United latest will start a petition to get them to sell the team, if that works. Maybe, I'm not sure, but stay tuned for that on the DC United latest Instagram or the United Weekly Instagram. Next question. Thank you for sending that question in. Black and Red News. That's the name, right? Black and Red News.
Black and Red District.
Black and Red District. Yes. Thank you for sending that in. That's
the DC United news page, very close with them. So thank you for sending in that question.
My guy, Black and Red District, man. What's up? fellow MLS content creator. So thank you for sending that question in. We should definitely get him on the podcast. I was talking to him about getting him on the pod. So
definitely
check your DM soon, Black and Red District.
Yes, sir.
Next question. Olsen, do you have another question, or should I?
That is all I've got for now.
Okay.
That's all I've got on the Instagram. I'm just reading the questions we got on our Instagram story.
Gotcha. So I have two more questions that were sent to me by DM. Well, I'm going to ask this one more. I'm going to ask the first one, and then the last one I'm going to ask, I feel like it's going to take us a little bit to answer it, but it's more of a question for both of us.
Okay, I got you.
Here's the first one. What kind of identity should DC United be building under new leadership in terms of René Weiler? So, like, in terms of the new coach, what type of identity should DC United be building?
Okay, yeah. We did talk about this in the last two episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I think, again, that European style of play,
sort
of those like, quick passes and slow build-up, I think is sort of what we need to build around instead of just setting the ball into the box.
Exactly.
Benteke. Well, Benteke has the area that eventually it'll stop working. It's like we see it. I mean, we saw it even last year. Teams caught onto it eventually.
No, definitely, yeah.
And with this is and Benteke hasn't been the same this season, so you got to find a different way. I think that's one thing that I guess we will sort of learn as we go and as we see him sort of take over and develop this team under his own sort of ruling and style.
Yeah.
But as I said, that European style of play, again, it's something that I think we've needed. And then we also talked about too is the South American kind of play too. That kind of flair, that sort of quick burst of pace and quick passes and slow build up and always pressuring the opponent. It's trying to get forward. It's like we talked about with this game. It's like we were just sitting way too deep. We can't have that happen.
Exactly. No,
we've got to make we got to make a threat attacking. We got to push, and we got to, I guess, sort of have. We don't have to have crazy high line, but just up it a little bit. Make an attacking threat. Make an impact and go forward. And that's what I think.
Exactly.
Sort of how the team should put around in terms of its identity. We'll have more of an answer to that once we see René Weiler and how he sort of builds the team and what he does. So we'll have more of an answer when we see that. But that is what I'll say for now.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. So That's Olsen. What Olsen just said is how I think we both feel about this identity of the team and exactly what we want. So thank you for setting that question, and we appreciate it. Remember, if you want to send us a question in, send it to us to DM or check out our stories a couple days before Wednesday, where the podcast episodes come out, and send your questions in that way. Okay, last question of this episode's United chat.
Right.
This was sent by a follower named George in RVA. What do you think the team genuinely needs to be better overall? Who would you keep / who would you replace? Owners, players, coaches,
Okay.
etc.
So almost as if we were doing our own rebuild.
Yeah, which is
I
pretty
guess.
cool.
Like, yeah, that's actually a great question. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
First thing to change, we talked about it plenty. The owners.
I don't
There's
even think
nothing
we
more
can
to
say.
say.
Yeah,
Get
owners.
them out of here. Coaching. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on René Weiler yet.
I would just keep the coach that René
Yeah.
Weiler as of right now.
Yeah, just keep him. Yeah, keep him.
Just
And
keep him.
again,
See what he can do.
It's the same thing we talked about with the rebuilds. Like, we can't keep doing one over and over. We have to at least stick to a long-term plan for at least 2 or 3 years. You know, I mean, obviously, if we completely just plummet because of him, then we can get him out early. But if we see some kind of development, sort of how we did with Troy last year, we didn't see it this year, but we saw it last year. You know, don't be so quick to just let him go. You know,
exactly. Don't be so quick. In terms of players, I guess I'd keep Benteke just for now as his last to end his career off or whatever he needs. Keep the Brazilians. Keep them.
Yes.
Keep Pirani.
Absolutely.
Keep Peglow. Keep Kojima.
Yes. Keep
as
keep
right
all
now.
those.
Keep
all
June,
the young players.
Keep Barraza.
Keep them too. Yeah. Keep all the young players who have got potential and add a positive to this team. So like you said, they might not be the perfect player, but they add positive. They add something. They add an impact.
In my eyes, I say keep the goalkeepers.
Yeah. The goalkeeper camp is better than it's ever been this year. I mean,
I think
quality might not be like the best ever, but the spirit in the goalkeeper camp this year is real.
Yeah.
And you can see it. It's like last year we had Alex Bono and Tyler Miller, but you can see that sort of like fierce competition.
Yeah, they didn't seem like they got along super well.
I like it this year. And June expected to start this season. Obviously, that's what we all thought, and then Barraza came in. But you can see that, at least in terms of what we see, that Kim isn't. I keep saying Kim. I like to call him June.
Yeah, June.
So I'll say June. Although MLS commentators say Kim, I'm like, say June.
It's say June. He likes to be called June.
Yeah.
But
I'll say
June.
Yeah. You see him. He got his starting spot taken, and he doesn't. Obviously, it's probably frustrating in terms of his point, but he doesn't let it change his perspective on what he wants to do with the team. You know.
Exactly. Like, he still shows up at practice. He's having fun, and that's like he still has a smile on his face. Keep the goalkeeper core. Jordan Farr. I know we like to joke about it and glaze him all the time, but no, Jordan Farr is a great goalkeeper to have on the team in terms of
it's just like a backup too, or like penalty shooter, like we subbed him on for in that US Open Cup game. You know, that's the only time I ever played him, but it worked out. It's what got us to the quarterfinal. We might not have made it past the quarterfinal, but it's what got us there.
Exactly,
and especially with the rest of the team, like the rest of the DC United team, we only made 2 of those penalties. You know, it was because of Jordan Farr. It's not like he made like 1 save. He made 4 saves out of 5. Like, that is huge. If somebody else was on there, I'm not saying Kim couldn't have. Not saying June couldn't have saved those, but he probably wouldn't have saved that much. Especially, you see that like that change was intentional.
No, yeah, exactly. I think that goalkeeper core should just stay.
I think if Jordan Farr was not brought on, I think we probably would have lost that penalty shootout just because, Stroud, Fletcher, and Platola all missed their penalties against the same Charlotte goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Charlotte could have easily won that penalty shootout if it wasn't for Farr saving those.
Definitely could have. Yeah, we definitely would have lost that game without Jordan Farr. So keep the goalkeepers. Barrasa's doing good as of right now, making great big saves. June stays on the team to develop further to become that number 1 keeper spot.
Yes.
And then have Jordan Farr there as a help to develop him, to help develop June, and also keep the what's it called, the friendly competition up, and keep that positive mindset, because Jordan Farr is a very positive player, and he's a great player on and off the pitch. If you ever got to meet Jordan Farr, you would know what I'm talking about. He's super nice to everybody and always wants to say hi to everybody and support the fans. Like I said, keep Kojima. I'd say keep Peltola. Maybe with this new manager, the style of European play that he's used to will help him out more. Keep Herrera, definitely. Keep the Brazilians. Keep Benteke maybe as for now, but find that right striker that works with.
We could keep Benteke, but we got to find somebody else.
Find someone else that works differently than Benteke, has a different style of play. And who knows? Maybe we can turn this thing around next season and see. But that's a really good question, and thank you to whoever sent that, to George and RVA for sending that question. And but yeah, I think I want to talk about this more. We're going to talk about this more in the next episode. I think we might do an entire segment of our own rebuilds. We might do our own little rebuild segment. But that's definitely what I would do. Keep the players that we listed, make some changes in the defense, have solid defenders, we need fast defenders, need that person up top. We need the creative side in the middle. We have on the midfield. We have Kojima. We have Peltola. We have Pirani. We have Peglow. We can use those. Peltola, Pirani, and Peglow have that Peltola has that European mindset that René Weiler is looking for.
That's one thing I actually did think about when I saw he was coming here. That I think it gives big opportunity for Peltola to really show what he can do here.
Exactly.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to. We've talked about him on previous podcasts too. It's like previous episodes, like sort of that a young player we value as a player on this team.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that wraps up the United chat. Thank you to everybody who sent questions in. Remember to send us questions to our Instagram, either DM or to our stories. Now let's get into our last segment of the episode, which is Olsen's MLS rundown.
All right, let's get started. So first, we're going to start off with the Eastern Conference, as per usual, which is the conference that our club DC United is in. First place, rivals DC United, Philadelphia. Unfortunately, you got Cincinnati, who they're the team we last beat somehow. I don't know how we did that, but it's crazy to think that the last win we got was against the second place team. But anyway, next up is Nashville, who we lost in the Open Cup to. Columbus, Inter Miami. They've been making their way up with Messi, obviously. He's been outstanding. And then Orlando and Charlotte make up the top 7, which is the main playoffs. And then the wild card, I guess, that first round between the 8th and 9th place team, New York City FC and Chicago. And then currently out of the playoffs is the New York Red Bulls, DC United's biggest rival. I want to see them out of the playoffs this year.
You said their name wrong. You said they're right. The New York Shit Bulls.
Good one. Definitely, yeah. New York Shit Bulls in 10th. I don't want to see them make the playoffs this year. Give us a little bit of joy. Next up is New England Revolution, Toronto, Atlanta, and then, as usual last 2 spots, DC United and Montreal. Montreal is only a point off of DC United now, and that concerns me. I really don't want to see them pass us. That would be like the end of me this season.
I don't want to have to do a forfeit.
Yeah,
with the wooden spoon. Also,
moving on to the Western Conference, the top 3 is still the same. I believe as last time: San Diego, Vancouver, Minnesota. Again, San Diego, they've been built very well, succeeding in MLS. And then after those top 3, you got Seattle and Portland, 2 big rivals there, fighting for a 4th place spot. They're actually 6 points behind the top 3, so that battle right now is sort of for 4th. And then LAFC in 6th, and Austin, who just beat us recently, in 7th. They're actually the worst scoring team in MLS this year, and we somehow conceded 4 against them. So that's unfortunate. And then 8th and 9th, the two the play-in sort of game for the playoffs is Real Salt Lake in Colorado, and then out of the playoffs, San Jose, Houston, Dallas, SKC, and then again, bottom 2 are still the same. St. Louis City, who have had again that crazy fall off since 2023. Then, as usual, in last, who are actually only 3 points behind DC United now, despite their horrid start, the LA Galaxy, defending champions of MLS. And that is your MLS rundown after, I believe, most teams have played about 25, 24 matches. So, yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you, Olsen, for Olsen's MLS rundown. We really appreciate. I really appreciate that. Austin FC being the worst scoring team in the MLS right now, and DC United's the second because we have Austin FC has 21 goals for, and we have 22.
Yeah, 22. They caught up to us a lot with that match.
Yeah,
it's crazy that we conceded 4 to the worst scoring team.
Only DC United can do that, right?
Yeah, worse than
beat Cincinnati 2 months ago, and
the worst attack going against the worst defense.
Exactly. And then in the Supporters Shield, we sit 27th out of 30th, so we're above St. Louis, which didn't we lose to?
I don't think we played St. Louis this year. I don't think we played St. Louis. Maybe I don't think I'm wrong, but I don't think we did. But one team that is below us that did beat us is the Galaxy, obviously.
Yeah,
not too long ago. And then coming up could be a battle for the wooden spoon. DC United versus Montreal. I believe that's about 3 weeks from.
That's
now.
Gonna be a very that game is on what's called Saturday, 16th. August 16th.
Yes.
And then we play against Miami, then the New York City FC, Orlando, back to Miami, then Philadelphia, then Charlotte.
I don't know if we'll ever win another game this season. I don't think we're gonna win another game this year.
I'm hoping for Montreal. That's
the only thing. Maybe we can. If they beat us, we go to wooden spoon, and that's official yet. I'll lose it if we lose to Montreal and go to dead last. It's crazy. I think I said this last episode, but it's crazy to look at our situation and say it could be worse. How it is for Montreal, St. Louis, and the LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy, they're defending champions, but and it's getting worse. I believe that's 9 straight games without a win in all competitions.
Yeah. This is sad. This is bad.
And it's 5 losses in a row in all competitions as well.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully, we'll definitely. When's our next game? Since we have our break, our next game is on August
9th. I guess in the Revolution.
Next episode, we will. We're not going to be doing it this episode just because we have that break. Next episode, we will give our predictions for the next couple of games coming up, and then look out soon. We are planning on doing a live episode for the first time where we're doing a live stream on our YouTube, where basically we're just live. We're doing this all live, one take, and where whoever's the viewers, you guys can comment stuff and we'll be able to see it. And if you ask us any questions through there, we can answer it. We'll do a live United chat with you guys. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, other than that, that's going to wrap up the 3rd episode of United Weekly. That's it for everybody. Thank you, everybody who's watched the first 3 episodes. We greatly appreciate it.
Everybody, we appreciate all your support. Everybody who watches, you make a difference. So we appreciate you all.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are the reason why we want to do this podcast. We want to have another voice. I know there's other podcasts out there, but we want to have another voice for to create a community with the DC United supporters and talk about DC United and the club that we support, right? So thank you to everybody. Some quick shout outs. Shout out obviously to Olsen. Shout out to everybody who sent us questions in the United chat. Shout out to the DC United Latest Club members. Remember to follow us on Instagram at DC United Latest if you want the latest news on anything the black and red. everything will be posted there first, and we'll talk about that in the podcast, the next episode that comes out, or whatever like that. Please follow our brand new Instagram, the official United Weekly Podcast Instagram, where anything having to do with the podcast will be posted on there. You can find that on Instagram at United Weekly _podcast on Instagram. So please go ahead and give us a follow. And yeah, that's it that's it for me. Olsen, do you have anything else you want to say?
Just again, thank you all for tuning in. I think we did. I think we did even better this time than we did last time. So as we said in the beginning and at the end of last episode, bear with us. We're trying our best. We're working to get better and better each and every episode for you guys, and I really think we did even better this time. So definitely excited to get this out there, and can't wait to see everybody's support.
Yep, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday. Peace.